Asobi tees up another triple.
Great D from Brown. A defensive masterclass from John Brown.
Thursday night doubleheader rolls into the Silverdome in Launceston as the Tassie JackJumpers host the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They are hoping to break the Silverdome curse. 2-7 in this venue. It has not been a happy hunting ground for this team. For the Phoenix, it has been. They've got good history here, and they come in tonight full of confidence after a win over the Wildcats on Sunday. Joel Peterson alongside NBL champion Pete Hooley with you. Pete, this should be a fascinating little contest.
Yeah, looking forward to this. I really am, because I tell you what, you can't scout desperation, and that's exactly what Scott Roth is hoping his team comes out, tries to get back in the winners list, and they're going to have to do it against a red-hot Southeast Melbourne Phoenix team. And history hasn't been on their side in the Silverdome. They're due a win, surely, Joel.
Yep, surely. Southeast have won 6 of 7 between these two teams, including the past 3. They're 2-0 in this venue against Tassie, and it has not been a happy hunting ground, as we said, for the JackJumpers. 2-7 here in their last couple of seasons, Pete. Their average losing margin almost 10 points, which, if you look across the course of the last 5 years, that's very uncharacteristic for this team.
Yeah, spot on. And again, they lost to the Cairns Taipans recently, and they'll just be hoping they come out and show a whole lot more fight. And this is what I broke it down to. And we'll talk about the Silverdome curse and how they struggle, but three-point shooting has been a big problem for them at the Silverdome, but when they get some feet in the paint, 46% from two-point field goals. There's a clear difference with teams coming in just blazing away from 3 here in Launceston.
Yeah, so a bit of heat on the rim would serve them well tonight. Josh Bannon will be a big part of that if they can do it. First season as a JackJumper after a couple with the Brisbane Bullets. He's stayed fit so far, and he's having an impact when they play well.
He sure is. I mean, I know it's only a little jump up in the wins versus the losses, but you've got to understand, without David Johnson, and obviously TJ Starks, they just said goodbye to him. He was a short-term replacement, barely playing. Josh Bannon is really one of their key playmakers. There's Bryce Hamilton, who's going to get a lot of defensive pressure today from the likes of John Brown III and Malik Lewis. So it's all on Josh Bannon to be a whole lot more aggressive, probably him and Tiger Campbell, who got to lead from the front.
There's Josh King, who coached his very first game in this venue a little more than a year ago, and what a turnaround it's been with this Southeast Melbourne team under him. He came in, he established an identity. He spoke after that win over Perth on Sunday about the fact that he got to recruit his own team, which he hasn't been in that position to do before, and it's paying dividends.
Well, it is, and you look at the first 8 games last season from the Phoenix. Granted, Josh King wasn't at the helm for the majority of those, but you just look at where they are, where they were, to where they've come from, and where they are currently at right now, and he's been terrific. And you're right, his very first taste of NBL action was in Launceston, where he got a win over the JackJumper. So this is familiar territory for a guy right now who's a leading candidate for Coach of the Year. He's been terrific. What he's done with this Phoenix team cannot be understated. Granted, there's a long season to go, but couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yeah, he has been absolutely outstanding. They were 2-6 at this time last year. They are 6-2 as they come into this one. Let's welcome in the final member of our broadcast team. Kelsey Brown is courtside in the Silverdome. Hello, Kels.
Hey guys, great to be here. Unhappy hunting ground, as you said, Joel, but I've got some injury updates for you. Good news for Shawnee Mack fans. He is almost back running and recovering well from that ACL rehab. David Johnson, as you spoke about, Pete, he is coming back from that calf injury. We haven't seen him since round 2, but we'll have a chat to him in the second quarter to see exactly when he'll return. And for Angus Glover, for the Phoenix, he did that ankle on Sunday against the Perth Wildcats. He's out for round 8, which means tonight, and also the throwdown. So it'll be interesting to see how Josh King covers that hole, but no doubt it'll be next man up mentality.
Absolutely, Kels, thank you. He's been important for them so far this season. Angus Glover, there's the Tassie starting 5. Hamilton, Campbell, Marshall, Bannon and Magnay. No Anthony Drimmick again tonight for the Jackies, who had a bit of a setback with that back injury during the week. And for Josh King, this starting 5 has been a good thing so far this year.
Sure has. I mean, they're such an elite defensive unit because they all just play so well together. And yes, Malik Lewis and John Brown III are going to have a big assignment on Bryce Hamilton. They'll take in turns, but really it's Nathan Sobey and Owen Foxwell, the two locals in the backcourt. Different areas of their careers. One's towards the back end of their career, one's just starting, but they are exciting to watch when they're up and about.
Do you reckon Geordie Hunter means business tonight? He was standing there, stone cold killer in the tip-off circle.
Got the calf sleeves on.
He could be in for a big one if the facials are anything to go by. And they go straight to the big man. He leaves it short immediately.
You want that one back after all the way you hyped him up.
I was just trying to go body language, Doctor, and I think my accreditation might have just fallen through with that particular medical institution. Foxwell's up and in on Marshall, pokes the ball loose. Sobey out and running. Foxwell goes himself. Sobey can't tip it home. And some early physicality. The Jackies 5-5. After losing to the Taipans, they are 1-3 in Tassie this season.
Here we go, make one. One wide.
Southeast Melbourne Phoenix 6-2, 2-2 on the road. One of those road games, of course, was at John Cain Arena when they were beaten by Melbourne by 20 earlier in the year. You can see this packed crowd on their feet, trying to wheel the Jackies on. With reinforcements on the way. Hamilton buries the free throw line jumper to get us going.
It's going to be a heavy dose of Bryce Hamilton. He is terrific. He can score at all three levels. I love the way he goes about it. Everybody's jumped on board the Hamilton bandwagon. Really good start.
It is a very excited building this evening, hoping that Tassie can get to another win as Hunter misses that one. Else, what's the atmosphere like inside?
It's very exciting down here. They're really hoping their team can get a win. But you talk about Geordie Hunter and the look that he had in his eyes. I can tell you that Nathan Sobey in the warm-up looked very different. He looks like a different beast this season, and you can tell just the way he's going about his warm-up. He looked fierce tonight. I'm expecting a 30 ball.
Okay. That's a nice little bold prediction out of the gates. And have a look at that, right on cue.
I'll tell you what, Kelsey Brown just quietly up and about. Nathan Sobey, how good has he been? Steal there from John Brown III, which is not unlike him. He'd be the leading candidate for the best defensive player.
Back here, we go here, mate.
Nathan Sobey, what a season. And you talk about matches made in heaven. It's Owen Foxwell and Josh King, but it's also Nathan Sobey and Josh King because he has got the best out of this superstar.
Playing some great, efficient basketball at the moment. Josh King was effusive in his praise about John Brown after that Sunday game against the Wildcats, the role that he played on JLA and what he's been able to do defensively so far this season. John Brown returned the favour, saying, I've not played for a coach like Josh King so far this season. Hamilton misses that one. Magnay can't get it to go. Bannon's there to rescue it and put it in for Tassie.
A couple of rebounds already for Josh Bannon. Really active on the glass. He's going to have to continue to do that.
Scott Roth spoke about after that loss to Perth last Wednesday the need to really up their rebounding game. They did that against Kansas. Hunter comes inside and thumps it down. He does mean business tonight, the big fella.
This is why you love Josh King. Doesn't care about the dunk or the pocket pass from Owen Foxwell. Screaming at the full court pressure to get up and in.
Magnay at the other end hammers it down.
Well, there's one way to fix the field goal percentage issue with the Silverdome.
Just make it all dunks. Fairly highly efficient way of doing it. Malik Lewis didn't have a great shooting day on Sunday. Gets inside here and gets that one to go. Has not attempted a free throw this season yet, Malik Lewis, but
Could have had one there.
absolutely.
Steal here from Foxwell. First in the league in steals of the Phoenix. No surprise. Sobey throws it away. They're a unique team. Think about how well they are playing. When you actually dive into their stats, as we have a look at the Amy replay, there's Will Magnay. Right before him, look at that pocket pass. Geordie Hunter made sure of it. They're 98.3 points per game for the Phoenix. They're first in three-point percentage of the league, 36.1, and ninth in field goal percentage.
Again, they're doing it pretty efficiently as Lewis absorbs some contact and gets two more to go and hands Southeast the lead.
It's an extraordinary parity to have a look at how good they are and why it is. They're first in the league in offensive rebounds, and they're 10th in the league in defensive rebounds. And another steal.
They force turnovers at a rapid rate. 4 already for the JackJumpers, who generally do a really good job of looking after the ball. Only had 9 against the Taipans the other night. And I wonder if Brown it is who steps into the free throw line jumper. I wonder into the game now with Brown, Sobey, Foxwell and Lewis. Still the starters doing the job for Tassie.
This is what happens when Geordie Hunter goes out. They play a whole lot smaller, but more aggressive.
Didn't play big minutes, only the 12 minutes for Geordie Hunter on Sunday. Campbell drops it off to Bannon, who's fouled by, where's that one, dude?
John Brown, they're going to give him that jumper. A lot of teams are. So if he continues to knock it down, you adjust a bit later.
He's pretty good from that spot. He is a fascinating character, isn't he, John Brown? Came into that post-game press conference on Sunday, super relaxed. He's pretty quietly spoken. His manner belies the way that he plays.
Okay, he's quietly spoken to those who don't get around him enough and see him, because he is a character. Between him and Malik Lewis, there's not too many other words to go around in this South East Melbourne Phoenix team. Although Angus Glover on Foxwell, they can all have a bit of a chirp, but they just love enjoying each other's company.
Scott Roth there, watching over things, hoping his team can bounce back here. Josh Bannon with the second free throw. He nails that one. Tassie trailing by one. Let's check in courtside with Kels.
These are two very defensively minded teams, and no surprises to anyone. I think that South East Melbourne are ranked #1 in defence this year, but this early on in the game, it's great to see both sides really knocking those shots down.
Here's your man, Kels. Nathan Sobey goes for the pass this time. Brown airballs that one, so no concerns with the Silverdome rims on that occasion for John Brown. They weren't required. Hamilton outside. Marshall, 3-ball is strong. Maldonado comes into the game and taps that one back to Brown, and the Phoenix are off and running. Awundu to Lewis for 3. Malik Lewis has been shooting that with regularity.
What a hot start for the next star. 7 points, 3 of 3.
Played a team-high 32.5 minutes on Sunday. Another turnover for Tassie. That's 5 early.
They are so active with their hands. And go back-to-back, young fella. Go
Lewis
back-to-back, young fella.
An early statement from Malik Lewis, who continues to build an already impressive resume. 7-point lead to South East Melbourne.
What a start for the Phoenix, and this young next star. Caught up with Jonathan Gavoni, the draft expert from Draft Express, and had a lot of nice things to say about Malik and his journey that he's been on, what he can potentially be, what he wants to see from him. I believe that'll come out tomorrow, and have a look at this. This is not what he's known for. He is a role player. He is there to be that defensive pest, get out in transition, and they want to see some more offensive game from him. So how's this for it?
He's averaging 6.5 points a game this season, so he's already got that. So 32 minutes the other day, he only had the 2 points. But his disruptiveness and his physicality was outstanding against Perth. He's earning the trust of Josh King. And the other thing is, Pete, he's not 21. He turns 21 on Monday. So there is still so much growth to go for this man who's already doing impressive things.
Yeah, it's really exciting. And again, I think the way that he's worked through his time in the NBL, you think about young guys coming into a professional league in such an established league like the NBL, you're going to have these peaks and troughs throughout, understanding what your next goal is. And for him to continue to work through that, give a lot of credit to Josh King as well and everyone who's in his corner, and he's stuck to it, and it's paying off.
He said he was just going to be all-out attack this season coming back to the NBL. He has been early. 7-point South East Melbourne lead. Another turnover for the Tassie JackJumpers. Kelsey, you were listening into Scott Roth at that last time out, and if it didn't come up, it'll come up at his next one.
Yeah, it is just pressure high from the South East Melbourne Phoenix at the moment. And Scott Ross said that 3 to 4 deflections down the other end. We can't be so flippant with the ball. Look at more pocket passes. Look at more ball fakes. What are we doing with it when the ball's in our hand? We can't be giving them so many deflections.
6 turnovers in the early going. Sobey can't get that one to fall. Bannon the rebound, had 12 and 12 on Saturday against the Snakes.
He's got 4 right now, and I think they missed an offensive rebound or 2. So we're gonna have a whole lot of boys. John Brown is a menace. John Brown is an absolute menace. I'm not saying we're going to give him the Defensive Player of the Year, because we saw what Wani did. It's Malik Lewis.
This is some kind of start. Just stepping through with ease. 12 points on 5 of 5 shooting for Malik Lewis. Phoenix are energised. Ben Air finds some space, gets to his left hand. That's a tough finish. It's a badly needed bucket for the Jackies. Earlier tonight, the Sixers pulled one out against the Breakers by 4. Some tense moments late in that one in another close finish. Iwandu can't hit.
Another rebound. He is just cleaning it up.
He's got 5 of their 7 rebounds so far. Shooting the 3 ball at 40% this year. Defers here to Marshall, to Hamilton on the outside, spinning inside. Fading away, Bryce Hamilton. That's a very pretty move.
It's something about seeing a lefty just score at every single level that makes it so pretty. As Nathan Sobey just says, I'm answering straight back. Who said the Silverdome was a tough place to shoot in? Because the Phoenix right now are lighting it up. They have not missed a 3 as Majuk Deng's going to dunk it as well. What's going on?
They're all getting involved. Iwandu now from outside. He can't hit. Keep in mind, 75-69 was the final score last Saturday in this venue. Tassie, their last 3 have scored 70, 77 and 69 here. Both teams are up and running early in this one. 2.5 minutes left, opening term. Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley, Kelsey Brown with you from the Silverdome in Launceston. Phoenix by 6. Iwandu backing his way in, finishes over the top of Ben Air with one to come.
Ken Green.
Southeast Melbourne Phoenix, it's all on the back of the defensive end, right? And there's the dunk. Majuk Deng ever so softly just putting it in. An incredible stat, probably the stat that sums up who they are. 19% of opponent turnover percentage. So essentially, 1 in every 5 possessions of their opponents are turnovers. It's ridiculous.
It's pretty wild what they're doing. You can go behind the scenes of the Hungry Jacks NBL this season. Follow all the official channels through social media. Scan the QR code on screen. Get involved on your channel of choice. Go behind the scenes with all the action this Hungry Jacks NBL season. What a fascinating campaign it's turning into. As Iwandu picks up the foul.
Hit. We're in the backcourt.
His second.
And he's giving the thumbs up to Josh King, saying, I'm good, I won't get another one. Josh King's inclined to let him go a little bit.
What do you reckon coaches trust least? The thumbs up to say I'm good, no more fouls, or the finger twirl to say, hey, replay that?
Well, as Iwandu comes to the bench, I'm going to say with the finger twirl.
Maybe he should have gone for that.
Or let's have neither as well. It's a smart substitution from Josh King, just understanding, look, I do trust you, but I just can't take the risk. Because I might need you, especially without Angus Glover, I might need you.
Nick Stoddart into the game. Spoke during the week to the Tassie media about just trying to find the coach's trust and provide some activity on the defensive end. He gets an early look here. Hamilton for 3, got it.
Talk about how good they are defensively. I'm not sure going underneath Bryce Hamilton on any screen is too smart of a plan.
If there is a screen involving someone named Bryce, generally, let's just not go under that.
It's a good rule of thumb in the NBL.
(19-25). Daniel Foster getting some early burn for the Phoenix. So Hunter, Alier, Foster, Maldonado, Foxwell. Hamilton, Stoddart, Deng, Air, Magnay, the 5 for Tassie. Geordie Hunter is in some kind of mood with the lefty punch.
Give a lot of credit to Owen Foxwell, the decision making, the little pocket pass on point.
Hamilton at the other end.
You've got to have some communication. It's got to be better because Bryce Hamilton was born a bucket. 10 points now for the star guard for the JackJumpers, keeping them in it.
Yet to miss. Hunter at the other end. That one's a long way strong. Lewis has got a game-high 12. Ben Air splashes in a 3.
Impressive. This is an impressive couple of minutes here from the JackJumpers. Could have been really ugly going into quarter time, but they've found a way to chip away. They've hit 3 of 4 from deep.
Foster cross-court pass. Now Maldonado's in on the act. They cannot miss these two teams.
We were due a shootout.
Yeah.
in Launceston at some point. There's been some really tough games to watch. This is not one of them.
75%, so 3 of 4 from outside the Jackies, 5 of 7 the Phoenix. Southeast Melbourne, 12 of 21 from the field. The JackJumpers, with their 7 turnovers, are 10 of 13 from the field.
And yet they're down 5. With a chance to cut into that even more here.
I actually thought you came through. I had a great angle from Lee. Okay. Okay, I got you now.
Stoddart hits the first at the line.
1.
The highest scoring quarter by any team in the Silverdome is 34 points. So Tassie aren't without a chance. And that's a really good heads-up play from Nick Stoddart. Keeps it alive, throws it off Foster. Those two met in NBL 1 ball. Stoddart with the Miners and Foster with the Keilor Thunder throughout the off-season.
Foster being very aggressive off the ball.
Ben Air to Majuk Deng. Even Majuk Deng's hitting them.
They were due. The JackJumpers were due to start getting hot from outside here. What a first quarter this has been from both teams. Maldonado. What a chance here. The JackJumpers going with the lead.
Four-second difference, shot to game clock. They scored 69 points in the entire game in this venue on Saturday. Nick Marshall thought he was going to just hammer it down after the call. Couple of changes late in the opening term here. Phoenix trying to get to 7-2 on the season before a throwdown on Saturday night. The Jackies are on the bus back to Hobart after this one, Pete, because they've got Brisbane coming into their building on Saturday.
4 straight games in Tasmania for the JackJumpers. Only 2 of those at My State Bank Arena.
They opened them 0-2, which is highly uncharacteristic. Phoenix from Sobey to Foxwell. Hunter tips it home.
Just wait. Hang on. Wait, please.
A little bit of byplay afterward.
Thank you. Here we are.
Vaughan Mabry in game number 900 tonight. Our crew chief with Nico Fernandez and Mark Grist.
So I turn around and see your arm come up and under.
Because he's going under and he's going through.
I tell you what I saw.
Just don't call it out of position unless
it's not out of position. That's my role, mate. Thank you for your advice. Hey, if you want to talk to me respectfully, I'll talk to you all day. But you want to disrespect me?
But you guys aren't respectful.
Okay. Was I talking to you respectfully?
No, but you guys are never.
Okay. But was I just then? Okay.
Ben Air having his say.
Thanks for the conversation, Ben.
It's probably an adept way to end that.
Not sure.
32 points from Southeast Melbourne, the highest scoring opening term by any team in this venue.
I'm going to venture to guess that Ben Air might not get a call.
Yeah.
What about when
I've got a feeling Ben Air's not seen a lot of calls that he agreed with in his time. A chat with Owen Foxwell there as we try to sort out whether there's any time left, and there is. 0.6 of a second, so three-quarter court heave is potentially tied up.
I'm not going to say it's not worth it, but I don't think it's worth it.
Here we go.
It does seem like a lot of work to get to a result that is almost a foregone conclusion. Nick Stoddart just unloads a heave. He would look like he was shooting that himself. And we go to three-quarter time, a high-scoring one in the Silverdome. The Phoenix 32 lead the Jackies 29.
Down the summer to our beautiful island in Tasmania. Of course, the stadium used by the recreational sponsor enjoying the camping by the lake, the fishing and boating. There's something for the whole family. You can bring your more than your friends.
Quarter time in Lonnie, and we've got a Silver Dome shootout. Scott Roth was trying to find some kind of solution to their shooting woes. Catching the bus from Hobart was clearly it, Pete.
They were due. They were overdue. No doubt about it. And that's an impressive first quarter from the JackJumpers, especially when they dug themselves a hole with 8 turnovers. That's going to feel a whole lot better for this team.
9 games in this venue, shooting 27%, as you pointed out pre-game, 46% from the field. They are 4 of 5 at quarter time, 11 of 14 from the field. It's got to be a massive injection of confidence into this team. The only problem is they keep turning the ball over. That is 8 in the early stages. And you cannot leave Nathan Sobey that wide open.
Oh, again, for the JackJumpers, one of the lowest scoring teams in the league. And the Phoenix normally hold teams. Yeah, this is a shootout.
It is good fun. Kelsey Brown's courtside. Kels, what did Josh King have to say at quarter time?
Well, I just want to mention the terminology, Lozzie. Is that a new name for Launceston, Joel? I absolutely love it. But I did listen in to Josh King. No surprises, he wasn't happy on the defensive end. Happy offensively, the shots are dropping, but he said, we've just dropped our consistency doing the little things. We're not boxing out the free throws, not sticking to the scout. We had them right where we wanted them, and now it's a ball game. It's been too easy for them back to us.
It's a bit like fetch, Kel, so I don't think it's going to catch on.
When did you say that?
I said that coming out of quarter time.
Jeez, it shows how much I listen to you.
Well, you're about to have a second child. I've just had my first child, so, you know, sleep's not a strong suit of you and I.
What's more impressive is the highest scoring first quarter of any game this season combined. But previously it was 59, Adelaide 36, Cairns 23. These two teams coming in hot. They heard all the noise about the Silver Dome.
Here we are, one.
Might have just talked themselves into it on the bus. Like going to school camp, maybe, Pete. On the way up from Hobart, Scott Roth saying they want to go back on the bus tonight because they've got to play in Hobart on Saturday. They want to sleep in their own bed tonight.
It is a beautiful drive.
You do it in NBL 1 back in the day?
Absolutely.
Going light northwest Tassie on fire back in your miners days. Foxwell trying to step through, gets tangled up with Ben Ayres, somehow got it away, pulls down the offensive rebound, keeps it alive for the Phoenix. Quite sure how Owen Foxwell was able to get that shot off. Clock winding down for Sobey, beautiful find inside for Hunter, who went up and down with it.
Great pass and great defense there. Great job from Juk Deng. Heavily contest without fouling. Jordy Hunter coming up a little bit sore after that. Lack of awareness there from John Brown, getting yelled at by Foxwell to shoot it with the shot clock winding down.
Juk Deng from outside, he gets another one. Coming into the night, Juk Deng was 4 of 21 on the season from outside.
Oh,
Nathan Sobey with the foul.
Three's good. 3 to 11.
Some form that Nathan Sobey is in.
One shot. Here we go, one shot. Ladder.
You know when he starts to get in these moods where he's starting to take some big shots, some deep, heavily contested shots, there's not a whole lot that can slow him down.
84 points in his past 3 games, Nathan Sobey. Remember that stretch he had at his final season in Brisbane when he went career high, career high, career high?
Well, you forget that obviously he has that Olympic bronze medal, but also he was a top 3 MVP candidate at one point before a couple of injuries and then changing clubs. Gets a coach right now who's getting the very best out of him.
So fun to watch. when he gets going.
And we've seen him with, like, obviously Joey Wright, with coaches that can just understand the type of player he is, the type of person he is. And he's matured so much as a player, his leadership, and right now it's all just coming together.
So what's impressing you about the way that he's playing at the moment? What do you like most about what he's doing?
I think it is, you can see the maturity in the game, right? He's gone through those moments where at the start of his career where he was very emotional with the way he played. It turned into a lot of times he was very erratic at times on the court, but you kind of lived with that because you understood that when he got going, he could fill it up. And learning how to control that and utilize that in the right way has paid off dividends. I mean, this is not the first time we've seen him playing at such a high level. He's been an unbelievable player for his entire career. He's had the peaks and troughs, and right now, I don't want to say he's in career best form, but if it's not career best form, it's bloody close.
Well, the numbers say that it's very close. It's not necessarily the best scoring season he's had, but it's highly efficient. DJ Mitchell into the game for South East Melbourne. He's going to get a look at it, whips it outside to Lewis, who's in really good shooting touch and continues to knock them in.
Malik Lewis, 15 points already as Nick Marshall gets a layup. They're the ones that Josh King is not going to like.
Seriously impressive stuff from Malik Lewis. 6 of 7 from the field, 3 of 4 from outside for the next start. NBA eyes on him on Sunday at John Cain Arena, as he does every time he steps out there, as Foxwell's able to just create some space from Magnay, left him hanging, and then knocked the little push shot down off the glass. Stoddart's in attack mode, making the defense earn that.
Stop. Here we go.
Game high, 15 points for Malik Lewis.
Here we are, outside.
King's got 12 for Tassie. Hamilton, 10 for Tassie. He's 4 of 4, still sitting on the bench at the moment. Nathan Sobey, 13 in the game, 4 of 4 from outside for Nathan Sobey.
The fact that this is such a close ball game still. The JackJumpers are 13 of 16 from the field, 81%. So give them credit there. Whereas the Phoenix, 17 of 31. They've almost doubled their field goal attempts. We've got ourselves a 5-point game.
It's extraordinary. And the Phoenix do play the possession game well. They're a great offensive rebounding team. They limit their turnovers. They force a lot of turnovers from the other team. But that is wild to have twice the amount of shots. They're going to need to get it over quickly here. They just did. Lewis has got an equal career high. Sobey. And John Brown just never saw it coming.
They're the ones that Nathan Sobey, I mean, he's got 13 points. He's yet to miss a 3. I'm okay with him rising into that. I know he was trying to draw the foul.
Hamilton, Stoddart, Dan Campbell, Bannon the 5 for Tassie, Brown, Mitchell, Sobey, Maldonado and Lewis for South East Melbourne. 2-0 in this building, the Phoenix. They've won 6 of the past 7 between these two teams, including the last 3. Tassie have lost 4 in their home state against South East Melbourne on the bounce. Sobey rifles it up the court. Maldonado tried to hook it over the shoulder to find Brown and Mitchell and lost it out of play. Just the second turnover in the game. In fact, make it 3 for the Phoenix, 9 so far for the Jackies.
Yeah, that was all in the first quarter too, so they've tightened that up a little bit. That's a foul. Oh, wow. DJ Mitchell got away with one there. Malik Lewis said, how hot am I? How hot am I?
New career high for Malik Lewis with 18.
4 of 5, and he was celebrating, and I tell you what, Josh King wanted none of it. The young fella is having his career best game, cannot miss. Wanted a bit of love from his coach. His coach said, stuff ya. Get up, get back on D.
Save it for a timeout, Malik. Save it for Monday. We'll have a throw you a big 21st after the throwdown. Now he's up and in on Hamilton. What can he do in this assignment against one of the toughest players in the competition? Campbell stepping through outside. Scott Roth not happy. He'll be much happier with that from Bryce Hamilton.
He's going to get a technical here, Scott Roth from Vaughan Maybury. He's still going, still barking away. was not happy at all. Good hit from Hamilton. Here's Malik Lewis. Have a look at that, celebrating. And Josh King is like, what are you doing? Let him have his moment. At least give him a couple more seconds, Josh.
He is a man of sheer intensity, Josh King. So
you're right. It'd
technical free throw.
Probably break his character too much if he did it.
42-48. Tassie trailing Southeast Melbourne by 6. Let's get down to Kels.
That was very well on the way. That has been chirping away on the sideline. Scott Roth in Vaughan Maybury's ear that whole time. So I'm actually not surprised by that. But it's interesting to see what's happening on both ends of the floor. I know that Scott Roth isn't happy.
He'll be happy with that. Now we might get a chance to talk it over with his team as well. Bryce Hamilton creates the turnover.
Sammy replay, Bryce Hamilton. And it looked like there might have been an unwritten thing about Bryce Hamilton not getting it done for a while because everyone got around him.
48-44, Southeast Melbourne up by 4. But it's been pretty solid stuff in recent times from the JackJumpers to cut the margin back. 6:11 left in this second term. Of course, the JackJumpers without David Johnson at the moment through injury. And he's alongside Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, we said we were going to get to you in the second quarter, David. We really want to know where you're at with your injury. We haven't seen you since September 20. How is that calf going?
It's going really good right now. I've been down for the last few weeks and fully healed, so right now I'm going through the reconditioning process.
What was the injury? Was it a full calf strain? Where were we at with the calf? It just seemed like a long time since you've been back.
It was a 2B grade calf strain, so it was a little bit of a tear in there, but we're just trying to make sure, be extra cautious, make sure it's all the way healed.
No doubt you're excited to be back. How do you think the boys are going at the moment?
It's going great. Everything's been great. Energy's great. Guys are playing hard. I'm excited to get back and join them.
Awesome. All the best.
Thank you.
He brings such a high level of athleticism back into that team when he comes back, Pete.
And playmaking, because they need it. Because Bryce Hamilton, he's got 15 points. He's yet to miss a shot. Majuk Deng stepped up as well. But that's why I'm high on this Tasmania team. If they can stay healthy by season's end with the makeup, they've just got to get that continuity because they can't just be healthy in the last 2 rounds and try and flick a switch.
Good stuff from Nick Stoddart early as well. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. Coming to the game and playing some valuable minutes for Scott Roth. John Brown, long 2, won't go. Hamilton the rebound. This Tassie team who play at by far the slowest pace in the competition. Put it into the half court. Hamilton goes to work and continues to do it in fine style to make it a 2-point game. 17 points on 7 of 7 shooting. That's sort of Jesse Edwards numbers from his 10 of 10 earlier in the season.
Boy.
Sobey from outside.
Great words, Leonard Copeland. If you are 17 without missing a shot, you are not taking enough shots.
Let me tell you something, that man needs the ball.
Here we go again.
Misses that one.
That was always coming.
Halfway through this second term, Joel Peterson alongside NBL champion Pete Hawley, Kelsey Brown courtside. Thursday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
Travel.
Maldonado is called for steps.
Tough start here from Maldonado. A couple of turnovers.
Tell Weeks to sit down. Jared Weeks.
Well, Maybury is telling Jared Weeks. Sit down, assistant coach.
I'll get him next time.
Juk Deng comes out of the game. Valuable contribution from him so far this evening. 12 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Josh King down in his defensive stance.
Needs to wear one of the heart rate monitors like all the players do, Josh King. GPS as well, because he moves up and down that sideline.
Yep.
Great take there from Tiger Campbell. Just saw that Geordie Hunter was stuck in no man's land. That's when you got to attack the big. If they're not going to commit, if they're caught in 2 minds, just put your head down.
17 of 22 from the field here, the Jackies. Maldonado leaves that one wide. 77% from the field. 6 of 7 from 3. Hamilton all the way inside to hand them back the lead.
He is so fun to watch, Bryce Hamilton. 19 points, 3 rebounds. Good D, that's a great finish.
I wonder, that was tough inside.
Oh boy, this
Tied at 50, Magnay up the other end. Gives Tassie 52 first half points. As many as Southeast have conceded in the first half this season.
is an absurd pace of play. When you think about how slow the JackJumpers like to play and how the Phoenix just limit possessions because of their defense, we're up for a ridiculous rate here as Josh Bannon gets one to go down the other end. Josh Bannon gets one to go down the other end.
Straight in the middle of his chest, these 3 hands up.
54-40, or fifth in term. And where did Kelsey say it was? Lozzie. Is that what we're calling it? Or is that just what I'm calling it, apparently?
No, I am staying way away from that.
I feel like it's not going to catch on. Tangerine timeout, 3:45 remaining here in Launceston for all of those listening. We're going to have a listen into Josh King in a moment. His team shooting 53% from the field, 9 of 14 from outside, 3 of 3 from the stripe. Jackie's 80% from the field. Let's listen in.
It's unbelievable. I'm acting the way I do. Villains, do something about it. Talk to each other. Stop looking for a foul. Stop. We got to go strong. Yeah. We're being super weak right now. Right. Super weak.
Josh King is not sponsored by Strepsils at some point. Because that man, how he keeps a voice ready for the next game is impressive.
It's otherworldly, his ability to get the vocal cords back up and about.
Must be a huge fan of warm, salty water.
Oh, bit of lemon in there maybe, Pete.
He's right, though. This is just not the defense that we gave the praise to the Phoenix for in the first 5 minutes. They forced 9 turnovers on the JackJumpers, and since then, the JackJumpers, you have a look at their shooting stats, 80% from the field, 6 of 7 from 3, and 73% from the free throw line.
I wonder from outside, Lewis crashes the glass. He's taking a bit of a hit there, Malik Lewis. Career high 18 points on 7 of 8 shooting.
That's where you need to get up, though.
He is up, and he's providing some room for Iwandu to drive to the hoop, and he's still a little bit sore.
Had the wind taken out of him.
Let's hope so. Well, let's hope all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it is. John Brown, not the choice of teammates to run into.
And that's just absolutely zapped the wind out of him.
7 of 7 in that opening term, Malik Lewis. Terrific contribution from him so far. Was Iwandu at the line. I was looking through his basketball reference page the other day, Pete. He played alongside a few NBL names. Gary Clark, Cam Oliver, among his teammates in the NBA. Vic Law, former Perth Wildcat, as well as Zion and Luca. So more than 500 games at the top level. He played with some of the biggest names in the sport and a few NBL connections along the way.
There's NBL connections everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Indeed. Saw Earl Thomas at the basketball the other night. Kelsey interviewed him. Even he has an NBL connection.
You going to make me ask?
I was. He played in the Super Bowl for the Seahawks with Admiral Schofield's brother, O'Brien, who was a linebacker on that team. Sort of like 2 degrees of Kevin Bacon type stuff.
Yeah, that's a bit looser than the one we were going for prior, but I'll
slightly
give it to
tenuous.
I'll give it to you.
Slightly tenuous. I appreciate your generosity though, paying that one. 54-51. Tassie over the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Tiger Campbell.
That's what I asked for as well from Tiger Campbell. Just to be a little bit more aggressive when he's out there. He's always a facilitator, rarely turns the ball over, but just to always make sure you're ready to put heat on the rim. Right? Keep the defense honest.
3 of 3, 6 points. He's picking his spots well in this one. Foxwell from outside, shooting it well from there this season. Rebound to Hamilton. Lewis remains out there. Couldn't deflect the pass away from Bannon. Did enough at the defensive end, though. Good, tough stuff inside from Lewis.
Such an impressive first half from Malik Lewis.
So Foxwell rifles it to him. That 3 won't fall. 7 of 9 from outside for a career high. 18 points in this first half alone, but his team still trails. Magnay puts it on the floor and he's called for steps. Turnover number 12 for the JackJumpers in this first half.
Only 3 in this quarter, which is a positive.
They have double the amount of turnovers to missed field goals. So 6 field goals they've missed so far. They've got 12 turnovers. They force the turnover here. Stoddart can't finish, but Bannon can. This is an extraordinary first half of basketball. Keep in mind, Tassie scored 69 points in the whole game in this venue on Saturday. They've got 58 with 2 minutes remaining in this first half.
Look at last night as well, the Illawarra Hawks. They scored 60 last week and then had 60 at half-time.
So it's already easily Tassie's highest-scoring first half of the season.
And I think this is what we've all been talking about with the JackJumpers, of just trying, because they are notorious for slowing it down, so methodical when they're approaching the half court, but just understanding we can get out a little bit. You see Tiger Campbell just break off plays a little bit to try and get downhill, put some heat on the rim, and it's paying off. This is completely different than what we're used to seeing. Oh, what a pass.
Alir finishes it off in style too. Nice little shovel out the side from John Brown. The most points the Phoenix have conceded in a half this season. The most points the Jackies have scored in any half this season. Josh Bannon wants more, and Lear got a piece of it to deny him, but he will go to the line.
Having a look at Josh King, when you get the block from behind like that, very hard to get away without any body contact if it's reviewed. I'm starting to sense there are a couple of coaches around the league, Joel, that are really happy to keep that coach's challenge in the back pocket until it's absolutely needed.
Bannon rolls in the first free throw. 5-point game. Let's get courtside to Kels.
Pete, you talk about the change-up of how they've played. They live and died by the three-point line in their last game here, 16% from there. Scott Roth, though, in his last time out, he said he loves how they're getting into the paint. He loves how they're penetrating. He likes how they're playing this time around. A lot more pace and a lot more time in the paint.
Well, I love the fact that, I mean, they've hit 6 threes, yes, but they've only taken 7. Mind you, they have turned the ball over 12 times, but it's a much better balance rather than just blazing away, although you could argue they'd be in a better position if they did the way they're shooting it. As John Brown, good finish there.
Marshall up the floor. Got some good minutes out of Nick Stoddart as well in this game so far, the JackJumpers. So got plenty stepping up. Magnay gets into a wrestle with John Brown. There's a little bit on under the hoop. Bannon's in there. Not happy with the treatment. John really wasn't particularly pleased with the treatment of the bigs on Sunday either, after that game against South East Melbourne.
I'm going to have a little look at this just to see
I'm all over it.
if there's any extracurricular. I tell you what, if you've just tuned in, saying, okay, what's going on in the Tasmania South East Melbourne game, you probably think it's almost a full-time score. Because that's normally what happens when you've got Tassie who slow it right down, barely score over 80, and the Phoenix who normally keep a team this low.
We've got a normal foul on Magnay in the rebound. We don't have anything over here on the melee. Is there any with the two guys coming together?
They're always looking for third man in.
Go back to 2022, Pete. The Breakers scored 62 points in the entire game in this building against the JackJumpers. Tassie's got 62 in the first half. Their last 3 here, 71, 77, and 69. This is quite remarkable what they've done so far. Foul on Magnay.
Yeah, it's, in the end, that's the only foul there was. But we went in full investigation mode because of the struggles they had recently of finding out what's the issue here. And we found out that while everything from MyState Bank Arena comes and travels down to Launceston, the rims are Launceston rims. Yep. They're not coming from Hobart. We'll get a replay of this. So that's called on Will Magnay for John Brown. And then Sobey just giving Nick Marshall a little bit of love.
Phoenix to inbound, and there is still a minute left in this second quarter. It's been an offensive showcase between these two teams. Neither coach will be pleased with their defense, but for the viewing public, it's been good fun. Sobey for 3, and the foul.
Good call. Took out his landing space. just overzealous there, Josh Bannon. Didn't have to do it.
Former Bullets teammates getting up close and personal. Nathan Sobey gets a towel from the co-captain, Geordie Hunter, on the bench.
I tell you what, and don't overlook, that was a chest pass with a towel, a solid 12 metres. It's not easy to do.
He means business tonight, Geordie Hunter. We knew that right from the tip. And Nathan Sobey at the line. He's got 14, Lewis has got 18. Bryce Hamilton's got a game-high 19 on 8 of 9 shooting for the Jackies. And this man, highly reliable from the free throw line. Shooting it at 77% from the stripe this season, but his career numbers are much better than that. 80+% for the most part of his career. He's hovered above 90 in a couple of seasons as well. And he'll have another one here to complete the set. And that one falls off the rim.
Bryce Hamilton's 5th rebound of the half, 19 and 5.
8 of 9 shooting. Turnover generated by Foxwell. Sobey's in support. Foxwell goes himself and ties us at 60. Did not have this on the bingo card coming into this one, Pete.
I thought this would be a grind. As Tiger Campbell, he's really on the front foot. I'd clear out here. Let Bryce Hamilton do his thing.
See if Bryce can cook the defense. Bannon underneath.
Oh, I'd be challenging this potentially. Unless he got him on the wrist. That looked pretty clean there. Aaliyah is not happy at all. What a first half from both teams.
20 points combined.
If you're Scott Roth, you're going to be ecstatic. Again, they found themselves in a hole in the first 5 minutes and found a way to dig themselves out of it. Potentially take the lead here. And you just know that that locker room at halftime for the Phoenix, Josh King is going to be irate. Because this is just not the blueprint. After an incredible first 5 minutes, we couldn't have sung their praise anymore. It is completely flipped on its head.
Bannon for the second. Misses that one. Brown the rebounds. Time winding down in this second term. Phoenix get into their motion to try and take the lead into this half-time break. There's been a scoring display. Nathan Sobey's too strong. Foxwell falling away to beat the buzzer, won't go. And it'll be Tassie who lead into half-time, having scored 69 points in this venue on Saturday. They've got 61 at the half. Their highest scoring half of the season. The most points Southeast have conceded in any half this season. And it has been fireworks galore in the Silverdome, Pete Hall.
Yeah, super impressive, and it's going to be fascinating to see what's in store in the second half.
Absolutely it is. Let's get courtside with Kels.
Malik, unbelievable first half for you. 7 of 7 in the first quarter and then 18 points to the half. Is this the best you've felt in a half of basketball?
I mean, I wouldn't say the best I've felt, but the shots are going in. My teammates are doing a good job of finding me. And, yeah, I'm going to just ride the wave until it's over.
We saw you celebrate one of those threes and turn to Josh King in the bench and try and get a little bit of a hype up. He didn't seem to like it. Is that what you expect from Josh King?
I mean, yeah, you know, sometimes emotions get the best of you, but, I mean, he's going to stay locked in all the time, and I just got to follow suit.
Best in the second half. An unbelievable first half of scoring for both sides here. 61 plays 60. The Jack Jumpers lead. Joel and Pete will have your halftime highlights after the break. You're watching Thursday Night Hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
East Melbourne Phoenix. Two teams that have come out and really been red hot in this opening half. Joel Peterson and Pete Hooley with you here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. It's been good fun this game so far, Pete. There are our halftime stats. That is a very pretty picture as far as the scoring goes for the Jackets.
Oh, it'd be pretty for a whole lot of fans for sure, because it's been a fun game to watch, but you just know that especially Josh King is not going to be happy whatsoever giving up 61 points. They started well, and also a big credit to the JackJumpers. I've called a lot of games in Launceston in the Silverdome. They've never had a performance like this, but they're only half the job is done. Can they replicate this in the second half? We'll find out.
No team's ever scored 100 points in this venue. We might have two teams that do it tonight, the way things are going. That could be all kinds of fun. Hey, Malik Lewis, career high 18 points in the first half alone. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, hit his first 5 shots, and this was the one that got him going. Just kind of pushed out Bryce Hamilton, and then when he started getting comfortable shooting the 3-ball, loves a corner 3, all sorts of time and space. Knocked that one down, knocked one down straight after that. There was a timeout from the JackJumpers. This is great to see. As I said, caught up with Jonathan Gavoni for an NBL Now special, which will be out tomorrow most likely, and he had glowing reviews about this next star, understandably saying what teams want to see from him when you talk about the draft and the next level, and it's the offensive game. He's got the defense, he's got the size, it's all about putting it all together, continuously growing as a player, and he's doing that. And have a look at his Black Balls player profile. 18, 7 of 9, 3, 2 and 1. He's doing a bit of everything.
Everything they could have wanted from him coming back to the NBL this season, he's delivered. Malik Lewis. He's doing it really nicely at the moment. On the other end of things, the firecracker for Tassie in this first half has been Bryce Hamilton. He's been that all season. This guy is so smooth, and he has been electric so far. He is 8 of 9 from the field for his 19 points.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, 8 of 9 for a guy in his position who has the ball in his hands a whole lot of times is just terrific. And I love the way he goes about it. He's got a great step back. He's got the most floaters made in the league, because when he gets down that deep, you see he's got that little mid-range step back. He's got the mid-range, a floater. He can finish at the rim as well with his size. And there's nowhere on the floor that he can't get to his spot and score at a high rate. It's a terrific signing for the JackJumpers at the start of the off-season. And once they get healthy, him as the head of the snake, it's dangerous.
Well, there was a bit of chat about, will this guy be an MVP contender at the start of the season? Now, if they get rolling and they get some bodies back and he keeps shooting the ball like that with green lights everywhere, there's every chance he could be in that conversation.
I mean, that's the prettiest shot chart you're going to see for some time. And just seeing what Bryce Hamilton's doing right now in this half, but seeing what everyone else and some other elite guards and bigs around, that fight for the All-NBL first team, I know we're a long way away from it, but when you just start to think about what that could look like, Nathan Sobey on the other side of the court right now has been terrific. JaVale McGee last night, Bryce Cotton the game before. Casey Pratt. There is going to be some very unlucky players come season's end, because the talent's just unbelievable.
Bryce Cotton most nights, to be fair, the way he's going at the moment. Of course, tomorrow night, the Hawks are back in action. Coming off that win over Melbourne United last night, they take on the Cairns Taipans, who are also coming off a win. So both of these teams bring winning form into this one at the Cairns Convention Centre on Friday Night Hoops. Dave O'Hickey is back and doing his thing for the Illawarra Hawks. But the story last night, Pete, out of that Melbourne United Illawarra game was JaVale McGee, 37 points, 14 rebounds. He was dominant.
Oh, it was just, you become a fan just watching this, and the way he was doing it, the way he was going about it, and again, give a lot of credit to Dave O'Hickey, because he's a big reason why McGee's able to play the way he does. But this is a new lease on life for this season for the Illawarra Hawks. Now that Hickey's back, the 1-2 combo with JaVale McGee stepping out and shooting a 3-ball that never looked like missing. And he's having a whole lot of fun doing it. So this is just the start of what could be a really special run for the Hawks. And that game against the Taipans, with Marcus Lee being very prone to being fouled out, them having no backup centre, I'm worried.
Well, you looked up the Basketball Reference last night for JaVale McGee, and that was the highest scoring performance in his career,
in his
NBA
career.
or NBL.
Yeah, well, and including Puerto Rico, where he had a terrific season as well. So, yeah, that's. I don't think we're seeing that just yet. It could break that tomorrow. Honestly, he could break that tomorrow if Marcus Lee gets fouled out, because they've got no one who can contest with him.
Well, and they had Melbourne United's bigs in foul trouble last night, so that's going to be all kinds of fun tomorrow. Big chance for some plenty of fun here in this second half as well. 61-60, it's the Jackies over South East Melbourne. Kelsey Brown is going to be with Josh King on the other side of this.
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. We've got second half action, but before we get into that, I need to talk to head coach of the Phoenix, Josh King. Josh, 61 points you've given up. As a defensive-minded coach, you can't be happy with that.
Not at all. We forgot there's two sides.
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. We've got second half action, but before we get into that, I need to talk to head coach of the Phoenix, Josh King. Josh, 61 points you've given up. As a defensive-minded coach, you can't be happy with that.
Not at all. We forgot there's two sides to this game, and we got to do a much better job on the defensive side if we want to win.
What about the rebounding? 21-12 as it sits at halftime. What do you think about the rebounding count at the moment?
Yeah, we got to do a better job going after our own misses. They're just playing with a lot more energy overall, and they're beating us at our own game right now.
What did you have to say at the half?
That we need to play defense.
Love it. Thanks for your time.
Get that man a lozenge and a defense at halftime. 61-60. The Tassie JackJumpers over the South East Melbourne Phoenix. Kelsey Brown catching up with South East Melbourne coach Josh King. Great to get his insights as we get going here in the second half. Joel Peterson and Pete Hawley in commentary. So no team has scored 100 points in this building, Pete. 61-60 at halftime. How many of these teams get to 100 tonight? 2, 1, 0.
They should both get there, but I tell you what, you'd expect the Phoenix to lock up a little bit more based on that from Josh King.
Not the answer I was after, Pete. Give me a number.
Also appreciate Josh King. Well, they'll both get there. They'll both get there.
Come on.
Even more so, only the fourth time in the past 17 seasons, close to 2,200 games, that both teams have had 60 at halftime.
It's wild. It is a proper shootout here at the Silverdome. Tiger Campbell getting to the hoop straight away to start this third term. He's 3 of 3 so far in this one. And there are some, again, plus-minus isn't for everyone, Pete. I understand that. Some wild plus-minus numbers in this game. So Nick Stoddart in 10 minutes is plus 16. Nick Marshall in 13 minutes is minus 15. John Brown is, well, now plus 9. And Geordie Hunter's played 7 minutes. He's minus 11.
I'm one who believes in it because I've had a couple of coaches who will make substitutions based on it.
Campbell gets us going, scoring-wise here in this second half. Sobey, Brown, Lewis, Iwundu, and Foxwell out there for the Phoenix. Sobey whips it cross court. Lewis puts it on the floor, works his way inside. Called for steps.
Geordie Hunter with the 2 fouls, minus 11. This could be a reason why he's starting. Also came up a little limped from one of the contests he had. But also this smaller 5 allows them to be a lot more aggressive defensively, but it's not going to matter because if Bryce Hamilton gets that deep, it's over.
This kind of lineup that Josh King played a lot on Sunday as well. No doubt Geordie Hunter will have his games and have his opportunities. He did against Sydney the other week when he hit a couple of big threes, so he provides so much to this team. Matchup-wise, they've gone in a different direction their last 2. Foxwell rifles it cross court to Lewis, who knocks in the 3 ball from the corner. 21 for Malik.
5 of 6 from 3, and right now he's automatic from the corner. He always relocates to the corner. Great pass from Foxwell once again.
Brown is disruptive defensively, finds himself on the hardwood. He's going to trail his way into this set. Little midi for John Brown. Couldn't reward himself for the hustle. Who was that last touch by? Owen Foxwell. He's not thoroughly convinced.
Well, no, I think Owen Foxwell thought
yes.
The referee said it was off-white.
Him and me both.
I said white, and then I just pointed the wrong way. Yeah.
There you go, there's the explanation.
Owen Foxwell, Tiger Campbell, 2-point guards who were just way too nice.
All worked out in the end. Foxwell relocates to the corner. Around and out.
Josh Bannon ripping down his 9th rebound to go with 11 points.
Can't make it 14 or 13 there. Good activity from Marshall to keep it alive. He's fouled.
Here's the Phoenix bench. They thought this was an offensive foul on John Brown.
Free throw line for Nick Marshall. My apologies as well to Ruben Woolcock earlier. I said Nico Fernandez was part of the refereeing crew for this game. It is Ruben Woolcock alongside Mark Briskin and Vaughan Mabry. So 900 games for Vaughan Mabry tonight, we were informed by earlier in the game, Pete. Chasing down Ray Hunt, who has the record with 949. Michael Aylan's above 900 as well. 2 of the current referees who are after that all-time mark. That is a serious amount of basketball.
It really is. And his present for his milestone game is a trip down to the Silverdome. Mind you, he's had a good one. He's had a good one.
Could be worse. Tassie have almost scored as many points as they did on Saturday. It's a point that bears repeating. Here comes Malik Lewis. Terrific find for Brown underneath.
Will Magna has every right there to turn around to his teammates and say, where's my help? I'm saving someone else. Who's got my back?
Tiger Campbell had lost it out right off the backboard. Foxwell behind the back. Sobey almost put it up in rhythm. He drops it off to Brown, who's been the beneficiary of a couple of beautiful dives.
Super unselfish start here to the 3rd quarter from the Phoenix. Foxwell, now it's Nathan Sobey, and everyone's got their hands ready.
And they buckle down defensively.
Doesn't look like it.
Challenge that Josh King said them. They want to just keep firing. So does Josh Bannon. Marshall keeps it alive, whips it back to Bannon, who comes right down the middle, and Magnay tips it home. Three minutes played in this 3rd term, and the scoring has continued for both of these teams. Iwundu spinning his way through. That's a pretty move. Now to be called for the delay of game.
No, they have not. Drop warning here. Next one's a technical foul. First delay of game. First delay.
Iwundu not happy about something.
Hamilton, Marshall, Campbell, Magnay, Bannon out there for Tassie. Brown, Sobey, Iwundu, Foxwell and Lewis. Foxwell picks up the personal, his third. I wonder who's got two. Lewis got two. Hunter two, as Pete said earlier. For the Phoenix, no Jackies in particular foul trouble, just the 17 fouls for the game for them. Well, Hamilton again forces the issue inside.
Just so strong.
23 on 10 of 11 shooting. They are pretty numbers, our top 5 scorers in the game, as Sobey puts himself up to 18.
Both teams are easily going to be on track for 100 here.
Glad you back yourself in, Pete.
You're looking at 120 areas right now as Will Magnay just floors John Brown.
He comes back to collect Sobey as well. Marshall hits the hardwood also.
22 green, block.
71 apiece, 6 minutes played here in the, or 6 minutes to play here in this term.
From Will Magnay, he said, I'm going to get a foul one way or another. He put John Brown to the deck, and then he put Nathan Sobey to the deck, got whistled for the second one.
Magnay takes a seat on the bench. Juk Deng comes into the game. He's got 12. He's 3 of 3 from the field, 4 of 5 at the line.
33, kick.
Josh Bannon's call for the kick ball. 16 turnovers for the Jackies to this point in the game, 8 for the Phoenix.
33 kicks the ball.
Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley and Kelsey Brown with you. Thursday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Adelaide getting the job done over New Zealand earlier tonight. Brown with the offensive rebound. He's a terror in that part of the game. Recycles it again to Foxwell. That one's a long way strong. Brown goes in for more.
The Phoenix are after it. You heard Josh King talking to Kelsey Brown. He said we need to get after our own misses, and they've done that. All over the offensive glass.
14. Thanks, mate. 14 here.
So new 14 for the Phoenix. Baseline ball. Foxwell to inbound. Maldonado on the take. Brown, free throw line. No good.
24.
Foul on Maldonado.
That's going to leave the JackJumpers now in the bonus for the rest of the third quarter. 14 fouls already.
Southeast Melbourne have led by 9 in the ball game. Tassie by 7. 1 point the difference at half time. We are tied at 71 at the moment. Hamilton for 3. Rounded out. That's as close as it'll go without falling. Maldonado back the other way, pushing it and scoring with one to come for Hunter Maldonado.
Jeez, that's a great finish from Maldonado.
One to go.
I thought the foul was initially on Bryce Hamilton before it was called right there on the gather. A whole lot of contact there on the aiming replay, and he was good enough to finish through it.
Played the 15 and a half minutes in their last outing, 4 and 5, 2 of 4 from the field, used pretty sparingly. He has been a steadying presence, looks after the ball on most occasions, does Hunter Maldonado, though he's got 2 turnovers in this one, averaging less than 1 a game. Misses the free throw. Southeast Melbourne by 2. Deng can't hit, long rebound for Maldonado. Geordie Hunter back out there as well, and Hamilton plays the passing lane beautifully. He tries to rifle it up the floor, and Brown takes it away. Interception on interception between these two teams. Sobey gets into his shot and cans the triple.
What he's so good at, Nathan Sobey, is he just tests the waters. He needs a quick right-handed pound dribble, enough to create space, and he gets so perfectly balanced while fading away.
21 for Sobey, 6 of 11 from the field. Hamilton at the elbow. Again, that one goes very close to falling. Bannon pulls it out. Hamilton for 3. Got it!
Josh King is not happy because that's another offensive rebound. And Bryce Hamilton has 26.
10 offensive boards for the Phoenix, 7 for the Jackies.
Hold, 3-5.
Bit happening off the ball.
Hold out here. Slide out. We're about to grab his arm.
Nathan Sobey leans over to get some breath back. He's played 24 minutes in this one so far of the 26 and a bit that have been available to him. Here's the score from that earlier game tonight. The 36ers over the Breakers, 83-79. Breakers back in action on Sunday against Sydney, as are Adelaide against Perth.
Chapter one. Everybody watching is Ben Air. He's doing all he can to tempt for Mayberry.
It's a real cancel your plans type day on Sunday, that's for sure. Maldonado throws it up. Geordie Hunter couldn't finish the first time and it just fell back into his lap.
Defense there for Will Magnay.
18 points this quarter for South East Melbourne, 13 for the JackJumpers. They both topped 60 in the first half. Juk Deng pushed baseline by Alair, fades away. Terrific defense from Aketch Alair. Maldonado in the corner. And Aketch Alair almost kept that alive. It'll go back in green.
Maldonado hit 1 of 4 from 3. They've hit 12 threes as a team, but it's a bit unique because Sobey and Malik Lewis have 10 of them. 5 each.
You see their record at the Silverdome, Tassie. 2-7 before this one. South East Melbourne have won 6 of the last 7 between these two teams. So a few factors conspiring against them tonight. But they found their offensive groove. This man has been a big part of it. He tried to fling it into Magnay. Hand on it on the way through. So an inbound for the Jackies, 5 seconds on the shot clock.
And a little 1-2 combination there. You can see what happens when Bryce Hamilton wants to use the screen, but Malik Lewis is so high and not allowing him to. So you just throw it to Magnay real quick, go get it, and then you can have your way with where you want to get to on the floor.
Inbound to Air, baseline 2. That won't fall, but he keeps it alive. Now Magnay in the 2-man game, takes it in strong. He got denied, but Deng will not be.
Will Magnay, a lot of contact down low, but now that his teammate got an M1, he doesn't care.
Download the new NBL app. You can switch seamlessly between NBL 1 and WNBL as well as NBL action. Scores, highlights and so much more built for basketball fans. Scan the QR code on screen or head to the App Store or Google Play now to get a slice of the action. Juk Deng cans the free throw. WNBL game in progress as we speak, so you can go and check out the live score of that one. South East Melbourne by 1. 2 and a bit remaining here in this third term. What fun this game's been so far. Foxwell can't, neither can Hunter.
Good hands from Stoddart there. There's the help that Will Magnay's been looking for.
Hamilton to the corner for Ben Air, who cans the triple and hands Tassie back the advantage.
And this place has erupted. Thursday night in Launceston, and it usually goes off anyway.
Where would you rather be, Pete Hawley? Lonnie, Lozzie, whatever you call it, it's a good place to be right now. Geordie Hunter wants to get on in the action. Hamilton pulls down the rebound. That is number 8 in the game to go with 26 points.
He's been everywhere, Bryce Hamilton. 3 assists as well. Might want to fill it up a little bit more here too before he gets a quick rest. Might want to fill it up a bit more too.
He might want to fill it up a bit more too, Pete. Not that occasion.
Very patient there from Ben Air after just hitting a 3.
Nearly as patient as you, waiting for him to put one up.
Thought he was going to take the 3 ball.
Maldonado loses the handle. Deng just had it fall behind him. 3 turnovers now for Maldonado. Stoddart puts it on the floor. He gets the call. And Nick Stoddart will step to the stripe.
pass. Hamilton, Ben Air, feet set. 8th three-pointer of the game for the JackJumpers.
8 of 12. Bryce Hamilton's got half of them. 28 of 46 from the field for 61%. They've taken 17 fewer field goals than the Phoenix. The Phoenix shooting a more than respectable 12 of 27 from outside. 17 turnovers for the JackJumpers. They are up by 2. Stoddart misses the first, hits the second. He's played some really valuable minutes after being a DNP on Saturday. The Brisbane-born lad who's played most of his NBL 1 ball in Ballarat. Where some of the best have done their business over time, Pete Hawley.
Oh, breach.
Foster just gets it across the court. Stoddart gets clattered into a couple of times, no call. Sobey sizes up Bannon.
Oh boy.
And tosses it away.
The crowd's getting up and about now. They thought Nick Stoddart looked like a pinball. So Sobey's just got to be a little smarter, but also understand when that double team comes, doesn't mean you have to give it up quick. A couple of retreat dribbles or split the middle and get some heat on the rim.
Hamilton on the bench, he's 26. So Deng, the leading scorer, out there for Tassie with 15. Sobey's got 21, as does Lewis at the other end. Tiger Campbell's picked his spots all evening. He's been judicious and effective. He couldn't come up with it that time. 3-point lead to Tassie. Trailed by 3 at quarter time, led by 1 at half time. Phoenix with a 4.5-second difference shot to game clock. Foster, Mitchell, Foxwell. Mitchell has nowhere to go. Gonna have to put it up, DJ. Not in time.
And credit to the JackJumpers defense, but then again, if you're Nathan Sobey, you see how he welcomes that double team, gives it up and wants to get it back. You've also got to move yourself to go and get it, rather than just saying, hey, quickly whip it back, because the double team's still there. So even though he's given the ball up and it looks like Majuk Deng might retreat, he's still in the area where if it goes straight back to him, he'll just do it again. So that's where Sobey's just got to move side to side or even just take off, get to a completely different area of the court, then get the ball back and put your head down.
So 81-78, Lewis comes out there for some length. The way the game's gone, this might drop if Air can get it off. Almost. He dribbled it behind himself, he kicked it, he chucked it at the backboard, it wouldn't fall. And we've got a thrilling finish coming up. 81 the Jackies, the Phoenix 78. Final quarter of a shootout in Lonnie is next.
One term remains here in Launceston for Thursday night hoops. It's the JackJumpers 81 and the Phoenix 78 as we take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors live ladder. Not only do Tassie get a win here at Launceston, which they desperately need in terms of their play at the Silverdome, that'll be positive for them, but if they can win here tonight, they move from 6th to 4th. Southeast Melbourne can move down to 3rd if they drop this one as well. Also remembering that Tassie have a home game against Brisbane on Saturday night in this round as well. So a big one for Tassie if they can pull this one off. Pete, you cannot sit on the bench. Who gets it?
Oh, you know I love my fence, Kels. I just think the Phoenix will eventually lock in back to that first quarter defense we saw, and it will be enough.
Sweet craft from Kels, just straight into you. A little jab there. 81-78.
There is a bit of that defense on display, but also you go back to that live ladder and you see the JackJumpers obviously with their percentage as well. As a team, that is not new, right? Their points percentage, it's not new. We've seen that a lot for them about the way they play. So when it comes to the business and the crunch time, how often by the end of the season percentage plays a massive role.
Oh, wow. Foxwell from deep to tie us up to start the final term. And the thing we know about Tassie is they don't blow teams out necessarily, but they also don't get blown out as Bannon hits 2 at the other end. So they're 5-5 this season. Their biggest win is 16. Their biggest loss is 17, which in the scheme of this NBL season where we've had absolute shellackings aplenty is rather meek and mild as Iwandu goes through and he gets that to fall.
Yeah, spot on. And again, it does bode well for them once they are healthy and they have that continuity and can get it all rolling by season's end. But right now with this season, there are a lot of high-powered offensive teams.
There's Iwandu, makes the free throw. He's got 11.
Bryce Hamilton getting a quick breather here. Giving it 60 seconds more. Dead air.
Tried to bully Iwandu off the ball and then Wes had his way with him. Comes back to Campbell. Air puts it on the floor, tried to drop it off to Bannon. Foxwell played it beautifully. Oh, wow. Stepping through, what a move from Owen Foxwell.
Just absolutely stopped on a dime.
He's got some real craft to his game, doesn't he?
Sure does. Only 9 points. He's 4 of 12, but it's so fun to see him taking this lead. Maybe replay. Look at that. Look how far out he brings it back from. Just super crafty. You know he's trying to get down to that left hand.
Sorry, mate. Sorry, I didn't hear that. 2. Okay. Pretty close, maybe. Yeah.
86-83, Southeast Melbourne with the lead. Majuk Deng at the line. Let's go down to Kels.
Yeah, I spoke to Owen Foxwell in the pre-game. Firstly, he's a great interview, so much confidence when he speaks. But the thing that he said to me is that I just have so much belief in myself. I believe in myself to the point of delusion. My family believes in me. The club has invested in me. Josh King believes in me. It was all about belief of Owen Foxwell, and you see him absolutely flourishing with that in this season.
It's a beautiful thing. I mean, as we talk about with professional sports, so much of it's played between the ears. As Foxwell tries to get 2 in a row, and he does, on cue. You talk about belief to the sense of delusion, it's the Jack McVeigh. He's another one who just believes in himself more than anything, to the point where we'll openly say the same thing, and it's got him to an Olympics, it's got him to an NBA 2-way contract, and now $1 million contract. It's super impressive.
Got to go through that kind of thing at some point in your career, no doubt. The Silverdome bucket flare operator very excited about that Ben Air miss. Just couldn't control themselves. I mean, that's standing out to Kels, who's played at the elite level, as have you, Pete. Really good sign for Owen Foxwell and his continued development. Of course, there's more of them. Joel's at college at the moment, and Austin making his way through the ranks as well as bodies go colliding on the floor.
It's going to be a fun off-season for Owen Foxwell. He was close for a Summer League opportunity this past year. He'll get that next year. just still so young. I mean, you go back 3 years ago when Simon Mitchell was coaching the Phoenix and threw him out there in a throwdown, and everybody's thinking, who's this kid? And what he's done in such a short amount of time, credit to his hard work.
Game in Gippsland where he went toe-to-toe with Derek Walton Jr. down at Terrelgan. Kept him busy as he put up 40-odd. Now he's guarding Tiger Campbell. And he pokes it loose. He just continues to make the right plays, Owen Foxwell. Sobey speeds up the floor and finishes inside.
It's going to be an M1. So a couple of possessions down the floor for Tassie. The Bryce Hamilton, who's been on the floor, hasn't touched it, and we're going to have a chat about it for Scott Roth.
Great start to this final term for South East Melbourne. 12 points to 4 to start. There's the Owen Foxwell numbers. Hugely impressive stuff that he is doing. 7:15 remaining in this one. South East by 5. $90-85. 7:15 remaining. 11 of 15 from the field. Bryce Hamilton for 26 points, a game high. Sobey's got 23 at the other end. Foxwell just continues to accumulate them. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists and 5 steals. And the Silverdome is a vibe tonight. Tangerine timeout for both coaches. As Kelsey mentioned earlier, Tassie back to Hobart to play Brisbane in the early game on Saturday. South East Melbourne tackling Melbourne United in Throwdown 30 at John Cain Arena from 8 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time on Saturday night. A bumper basketball weekend here in the Hungry Jacks NBL is coming your way. So tomorrow night, the Cairns Taipans take on the Illawarra Hawks. That kicks off what's going to be a huge weekend here in round 8 of the Hungry Jacks NBL. Earlier tonight, New Zealand going down to the Adelaide 36ers by 3. Saturday, Tassie and Brisbane before the throwdown.
That's going to be a fun throwdown too. So much on the line.
And if South East pull the win out here, Pete, it'll be a 1 versus 2 throwdown.
And then Sunday, Russ Cotton versus his former team.
A little bit of space.
No, mate, it's just the next one on the calendar.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just the next one on the calendar.
Of course. There'll be a bit in that, unless he saves it for when they go back to Perth.
I'm wondering that. I really am wondering that.
So what do you reckon? He'll only put up 45?
I think he might have 43, and then he'll save it for a 60-piece.
Save the really big
RAC.
one. Why not? 5-point lead to the Phoenix.
Oh, my goodness.
Bryce Hamilton goes back to work.
It is just so beautiful to watch. 28-8 for Hamilton. 75% from the field.
Season high now, 2, Pete, for Hamilton. Sobey turns the corner. Brown rises up, can't hit. Air the rebounds.
And a whole lot of John Brown in the 5 spot. Got 8 rebounds. Here we go.
Here comes Hamilton again. The spin move and the finish. Spectacular from Hamilton. He is a one-man show. And where would you rather be on a Thursday night than in the Launceston Theatre watching Hamilton, Pete?
Oh, I'll give you that one. That was good from you. I was just ready to watch more replays of Bryce Hamilton. But I'll give that one to you, Joel.
Well, you don't give me many, so I'm pleased with that. As Brown turns around and hits that. And we are well and truly on track to get a couple of tons here, Pete.
Yeah, I have a hand going. I don't see it make contact.
That's going to be a foul. John Brown just throwing Magnay into Foxwell.
1-0, push, side out.
92-89, just under 6 minutes remaining here in this one as they...
Foxwell just gathering his breath a little bit, I think, by tying his shoelace, because it was his teammate who threw Magnay straight into him, and it's a big body. Just crack. Right in the jejunum. Yeah, you ever been punching the jejunum?
I have not. I don't think Owen Foxwell throws up though. He's medical marvel. Hamilton for three, a little bit strong. Deng came over the top to try and slap it out. Rebound fell to Brown. Sobey thought about it. Almost had Magnay up in the air.
Sent him a double every time Sobey gets an isolation.
Here's Lewis who pulls the trigger.
Hasn't had enough shots lately.
Foster gets a hand on it. Magnay rips it down.
John Brown with a double-double of 10 and 10 to go along with 4 steals. Playing out of position as well.
It's the second rebound for Magnay on the evening. Foul on that play. Continue to roll with the dubstep in the Silverdome.
Have a listen to him. That's what I told you, mate. Launceston on a Thursday night. Name a better duo. Because this DJ is getting after it.
Kels has put in a few requests along the course of the evening just to keep things rolling.
Off ball, 33. Okay.
Foul here. Beyond Lewis, I think. Just maybe called for the push.
Bonus. 2 free throws here for Will Magnay. It's can sometimes be a bit of a journey at the free throw line.
Yeah, it's an adventure with the big fella. He's 21 of 42 so far this season. Hasn't stepped up to the line tonight. Oh, look at that. Pure.
One.
It has not been a happy hunting ground for them, this venue. You contrast it to their dominant record at MyState Bank Arena in recent seasons. And the Silverdome's been somewhat of a torture chamber for the JackJumpers, but they trail by 1. They've gone blow for blow with one of the most high-powered offenses in the competition tonight.
Sobey had a layup. He says that he realises it now. He had a layup, was trying to be too unselfish. 23 points for Nathan Sobey. Even he, 7 of 12 from the field. 58%.
Maldonado. It's strong. Now Hamilton's out and running and getting what he wants inside. Hamilton's got 32 on 14 of 19 shooting.
Might have got away with a little happy feet, but it doesn't matter because there's 2 points nonetheless.
Another lead change in this ball game. Maldonado outside, Sobey, time
Great
winding
man.
down. Terrific hustle from Marshall. Magnay runs the floor. Deng can't finish.
That could be a crucial miss from Majuk Deng. His own Fox out down the other way. Gets fouled. Majuk Deng, he can't believe it.
4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining.
Talk about the hoops being a little tighter always at the Silverdome. As we said off the top, we did the investigation work prior, Joel. I had to understand, why do these rims feel different every time in the Silverdome? They are the local rims. They don't come from Hobart, and many people thought they were coming from Hobart. It's a little tighter than the average one, but that hasn't mattered today outside of that miss from Majuk Deng.
Foxwell misses the first. It's the second. Much to the chagrin of the locals. 93 apiece.
You need to relax with those words over there sometimes, Joel.
Apologies, Pete. 4 minutes remaining. Hamilton, they go back to him. He almost slipped over, and Iwandu causes terror at that end and then loses it at the other.
Oh, credit Bryce Hamilton to get back in, get a hand on it, force another steal.
35 turnovers combined. Marshall inside, outside to Deng. Air now.
He's got to go one more. That should have been a quick zip to Bryce Hamilton.
Across the lane, can't hit. Now the tension starts to rise between these two teams.
Well, you're going to get close to starting to see a couple of timeouts because there hasn't been many. His own Foxwell goes whack, and Scott Roth wants to chat.
Big hit from Owen Foxwell, who's making an awful habit of doing that. Tangerine timeout after this from Foxy. 15 in the game, 6 of 14 shooting. 93-96. This has been all kinds of fun on a Thursday night.
Oh, it's been unbelievable. Oh, and Foxwell, what a big second half. 5 guys in double figures for the Phoenix. Leek Lewis 21, Sobey 23, Foxwell up to 15 now. The JackJumpers, Majuk Deng's got 17 off the bench, Bannon 13 and 10, and Bryce Hamilton, what an absolute superstar, 32 points.
There you see our top 5 scorers. Shown you those plenty throughout the course of the evening. 32 for Hamilton, 23 for Sobey, 21 for Lewis. Deng's got 17, Foxwell 15. Stoddart's got 4 assists. Some really valuable minutes from Nick Stoddart stepping in tonight for the JackJumpers. Can't overlook that contribution in his 15 minutes. John Brown's got a double-double, so does Bannon. And Bryce Hamilton to go with his 32, Pete. He's got 8 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal.
He's been everywhere. He's been absolutely everywhere. 74% from the field.
Got a great finish coming up. 3-point game, 3:19 remaining. Kelsey Brown, what did Scott Roth have to say at the timeout?
Well, there was plenty of not safe for television words. He said, wake up down that offensive end. He's not happy with what they're producing down there. But we know that for Scott Roth, it is rare to see a smile. And let me tell you, when Bryce Hamilton got that steal on the other end of the floor, there was a smile from Scott Roth, first time in this game.
He's usually steely-faced, Kels. Here's Deng for 3. That would have brought a smile to the coach's face.
Smile would have disappeared quickly after the steal because Owen Foxwell stepped up and knocked down a big 3. The JackJumpers need to stop here with the Phoenix.
Sobey getting all the way inside and one.
Wow.
Tough finish for Nathan Sobey, who's got 25 in the game and continues to deliver for this Phoenix team.
Have a look at the English right at the end. Just a little flick of the wrist from Nathan Sobey, kisses it off the glass, and one opportunity, 25. And again, I just thought that the Phoenix would stand up when it mattered most on the defensive end. This game is far from over, but they're doing that right now.
This is the highest score that any team has had in this venue. It sat with New Zealand. The 16th of November 2023, they put 97 up on the Jackies. Nathan Sobey's got 26. And just remember, Kelsey Brown set a 30 ball for him tonight. Bryce Hamilton back the other way. There's still plenty of time.
Didn't like that one from Bryce Hamilton. That was heavily contested. And JackJumpers needed to dig in deep here and get some defensive stops, which they haven't been able to do in the last couple of games. That's going to be a foot violation. There we go. There's the kick ball. Reset the shot clock.
Reset. 14, please.
I just need a couple of stops and some better offensive sets. Also interesting to note how Josh Bannon has sat for a large part of this quarter. Josh Bannon, 13 points, 10 rebounds, and to be honest, he's missed a couple. Easily has 12, 13. I'm wondering if there's something else going on there, or they just like the Majuk Deng and the Magnate combination.
See Tiger Campbell on the exercise bike. Magnate denies that from Sobey. Brown's able to come up with it. Magnate taps it away. Tassie ball under 2 minutes left. Marshall charges. Straight through the chest of Owen Foxwell. He got ahead of steam up Nick Marshall, and there was no stopping him.
Yeah, that's a great take from Owen Foxwell. Marshall.
Good, good. That was, thank you.
A little bit of blood.
99-93. Highest score that Tassie has given up all season. This one, and the highest that they've scored as Magnate comes out of the game.
Here is Josh Bannon. So that would have been purely just the combination. Majuk Deng's got 17 points. Magnate's defensive presence. Could have got trapped that in the corner.
Iwundu, Lewis.
Oh, here we go.
Foxwell, Sobey and Brown.
That's a half court. They've got to blow the whistle.
Going to be a violation. And Josh King is left frustrated on the sideline. wanted some urgency and some movement from his team. And Tassie put the clamps on in the backcourt.
You just can't catch it that deep in the corner. You're just inviting the turnover, inviting the trap. It was really, really passive from the Phoenix, who are in the box seat. They keep having possessions like that. Who knows what could happen?
Hamilton, Deng, Air, Marshall, Bannon. Hamilton's been the hero with 32 so far. Nick Marshall! He keeps making big plays. 3 ball for Nick Marshall. Back to a 3-point game.
Oh, let's have more at the Silverdome. This is fantastic.
We have not had an overtime game in this NBL season yet, Pete.
Oh, thanks, Joel.
99-96. Minute and a half remaining. Could we be set for some extra basketball tonight? Wes Iwundu wants to finish it here.
John Brown.
Another offensive rebound.
That's 8 offensive rebounds for John Brown, as Malik Lewis is going to get 2. All the credit playing undersized as the 5. Geordie Hunter just didn't get it going tonight. He's been dominant as Bryce Hamilton tries to answer back and he can't. He's the unsung hero in this game, no doubt about it. John Brown III.
14 offensive rebounds in his past 2 games, Pete.
10 points, 13 rebounds, 8 on the offensive end, 4 steals. None bigger than that offensive rebound to lead to Malik Lewis, who has 23 on the night as well.
Plays like an extension of the coach's personality. John Brown, so important to what they do. And it's going to be foul shots for Nathan Sobey, who steps to the line with 26 to his name. Josh King still has a worried look on his face, knowing that this is just a little bit too close for comfort. Sobey makes the first and edges closer to 30. Which will put a big smile on the face of Kelsey Brown. It was a Lennart Copeland level bold prediction, and unlike most of what Copes comes up with, it looks like it might actually be a chance. 103-96, minute remaining. What can Scott Roth's team come up with in a big spot? Air down the floor to Majuk Deng from outside. Brown another rebound.
14 rebounds.
Dominating the possession game. Tassie will win it back.
It's going to make it very interesting here.
Hamilton to Bannon for 2. 5-point game. Josh King wants to cut that run out. 45.6 seconds remaining. 103-98.
Play with your food now, South East Melbourne. You put yourself in the position to get this big win. Just finish it off. What a game. Both sides have been fantastic.
Both sides now occupy first and second on the all-time Silverdome scoring ladder. We came in with 97 being the record, and we've eclipsed it from both teams this evening. After we got a 75-69 game in this same venue on Saturday.
That's what's coming up tomorrow at the Cairns Convention Centre. Cairns Taipans taking on JaVale McGee, Dave O'Hickey, defending champs.
The rejuvenated defending champions.
Sure are. Rain Smith for the Taipans. Do they have an encore in with how they played last round? It was gutsy. And then all roads lead to a throwdown. There's your main course for the weekend. The Phoenix looks like it'll be 1 versus 2 on the ladder. Melbourne United, the last time they were 9-0 in 2016, they lost 3 straight. So they've lost 2 straight. Chance to snap out of that. And if that's the main course, your dessert is the Bryce Cotton first matchup against Perth.
I've always been a sweet tooth, Pete, so dessert is the part of the meal I look forward to the most.
Another great opening my mouth.
I don't think I'd be alone with that one. Here's that record. Tassie, even if they fall tonight, won't be without a lot of merit to this performance.
Oh, wow.
Iwundu has it poked away by Bannon.
Phoenix were expecting a foul, it didn't come.
The door remains ajar. Hamilton walks right through.
Well, Phoenix got very edgy. You do not need to foul now. You've got enough time on the shot clock. differential. You do not need to foul. A steal will be even better.
Oh, almost for Ben Air, who goes crashing into the signage.
Now, this is where you need the leadership. Right in front of your bench is Bryce Hamilton. Not just trying to blaze away from three. Everyone from the bench should be screaming, we do not need to foul.
28 for Sobey at one end, 34 for Hamilton at the other, 103-100. Baseline ball for the Phoenix, 17 on the shot.
Oh, wow.
And Foxwell tosses it away. He threw it into the referee.
So Josh King's asking what happens here.
He threw it straight into Ruben Woolcock.
Not sure if Nathan Sobey could have got it. It looked like it was going to be a turnover anyway, but that's a tough break. Have another look here.
Have a look at the referee at mid-court.
Oh, wow, maybe he could have. It looked like it was going to go back court anyway. By the time Sobey got to it. So I think they're going to review, have a look at that. Would it have gone to the back court, which it looked like it would have been. Tough break, obviously.
Here we are, backcourt.
Unless Nathan Sobey had a jetpack strapped to his back, he's not going to get that.
He's probably going to still just absolutely lunge at it and zing it, zip it back. Have another look. It's the ref. Oh, by the time he gets that, it's in the backcourt for sure.
Ball's gone.
So no harm done.
Here come the JackJumpers, down by 3, and here comes Bryce Hamilton!
Oh, thought he might settle for a 3, but he said no.
36!
No one can stay in front of him. We get a timeout here from the Phoenix because Bryce Hamilton's not trying to get another loss.
The last 6 points in the game for the home team in a venue that's given them nightmares. It could yet result in a dream finish for Tassie. Down by 1, still work to do. Close enough, if good enough, and that man has been more than good enough tonight.
16 of 23 for a guard. 70%, 4 of 7 from 3. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He's done absolutely everything. And again, it's probably not enough shots. He's shooting that efficiently from the field.
The last 2 nights, Pete, have given us the top 2 scoring performances in the season, this season, or by a player not named Bryce Cotton. McGee's 37, Hamilton's 36. Cotton leading the way with his 2 outbursts so far this year.
20 seconds on the game clock. So if you're the JackJumpers, you do not need to foul straight away. If you can get a couple of traps, run and jump. We've seen the Phoenix have turned it over a couple of times already in this last minute. But as soon as they break it and they get out, you've got to foul straight away, try and extend the game.
Phoenix ball. Foxwell, Awundu, Brown, Sobey and Lewis. This time they get it in. Sobey wants the call. They trap him near mid-court and he tosses it into the score bench.
Well, he was looking for the foul, Nathan Sobey, and again, Majuk Deng just closed the gap.
This could be an absolute meltdown from southeast Melbourne.
Again, I go Phoenix, you go back to when they caught it deep in the corner. That's the corner again, you're just inviting the trap. What do they have? I am giving the ball to Bryce Hamilton and getting out the way. Have your feet set.
And it's standing orders in Lonnie on a Thursday night.
Bryce Hamilton, 36 is the most ever by a JackJumper, tied most with Josh Adams. You'd think he might eclipse it here.
1 point game, time winding down. Can they get it back to Hamilton? Deng to Air for 3. Around, out, no good. Ball will bounce out of play. Is there any time left? That is the question.
So it's going to be Phoenix ball anyway, and you might have just missed it in the chaos, but after that miss, Josh King went straight up to Ben Air, has so much respect for him, gave him a big hug.
Now, Ben Air wants to have some words. So 103-102, it will be a Phoenix ball if there is time remaining.
And I know people are going to have different views and opinions on this, but I'm one that I want to live and die by my best player. Unless he's going to get ran out with a double team, I want Bryce Hamilton to get that ball back and let him make a play. He's had 36. He's been virtually unstoppable. It's a great look from Ben Ayre. Make no mistake, he's hit 2 of 4 on the night.
Really, is that what it is?
Yeah. Okay, did you check this or not?
And have we reviewed the out of bounds?
He hit him on the head. He tapped him on the head.
It's white ball, yeah?
Still reviewing it. I think it's over. I think the game's, even if it is...
It's not active violence.
We're talking about an act of violence. Or...
If he comes out and
So 103-102. Ben Ayre missing the potential game winner. Tassie unable to get the rebounds.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that might be off Malik Lewis.
It is Tasmania ball.
Yeah, so that's going to be Tasmania ball. Hang on, you see Josh King up there.
Green ball. That's a card.
Lewis with the left hand, and he grimaced straight away
That's the clock.
because he knew he got a piece of it. So there could be yet a twist in the tail.
You just got to throw it up to the rim. You can't catch and shoot under .3. So Tasmania going to get a timeout here, and all that little chaos was. You saw Josh King was. He's got respect for so much respect for Ben Ayre. I think they kind of caught Ben Ayre off guard with the emotions, kind of just pushed him out the way, and that's when the team came in. But forget all of that, because right now for the JackJumpers, to draw something up, you just got to throw it at the rim and get a tip and hope for potentially a foul. And this is, I tell you what, when you're Josh King, you're telling everybody just to jump straight up. Do not put the referees in the decision to call a foul. Do not grab, do not hold. We saw what happened with Christian Doolittle and JaVale McGee in Perth. Just jump straight up to contest it.
We had 3 straight one-point games back in round 6. Had a thriller on Monday night between Sydney and Melbourne. 4-point game earlier this evening between Adelaide and New Zealand. And now this one could be decided in the final 10th of a second.
I think getting Geordie Hunter in this game. Yeah, they're doing it now. Get Geordie Hunter to stand literally right underneath the rim, put your hands up. I'd get a catch a Lear in there. I get Gorjok Gak in there, all the bigs.
Message is pretty clear from the coach.
Just
stand there.
I don't know about just stand there. You still want to jump up, because if it's a good pass, it's a little quick tip in.
So Magnay near the rim, Bannon to inbounds. And that will be that. They can't rescue that one, the JackJumpers. And the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix escape with the narrowest of victories. 103-102 in a shootout to set up a 1v2 throwdown in Melbourne on Saturday night.
Oh, what an instant classic that was. Both teams delivered special performances. Nathan Sobey, our Foot Locker player of the game, 28 points. He had 4 assists, 3 steals. Did a bit of everything. Shot 57% from the field, but again, you can give a lot of credit to Malik Lewis, who was awesome early. Owen Foxwell, John Brown, 10 and 14. And then Bryce Hamilton, 36 points for the JackJumpers in a losing effort without taking a single free throw.
What an extraordinary performance from both these teams. The 2 highest scores we've had in this venue at the Silverdome, 103-102. After Tassie went down 69-75 on Saturday. Phoenix by 1. Let's get some reaction with Kelsey.
Yeah, an unbelievable game. Oh, hang on. We'll just wait for their hands in. John Brown had 14 rebounds, 10 points, 4 steals to go with the 14 points and the 10 points. Josh King came out after halftime and said that you guys needed to play more defense. You have to be happy with how that turned around in the second half.
It was all right. You know, it wasn't too much, but we just held it together. You know, we're going to have wins like this. You know, it's not going to be the first win, but we just got to grind it out.
There were some times in the timeout, so you were a little bit frustrated with what was happening on the court. Can you talk to us about what wasn't making you happy in this game?
That was just a natural reaction. Of course, when things don't go your way, you kind of pout a little bit. Y'all just caught me in the moment, but I snapped out of it, and we know we had a job to do.
What about Nathan Sobey? Unbelievable game from him, 28 points. He's a massive leader for you guys. How did you think he went tonight?
Man, that's everyday so, man. We don't expect nothing less from him. He's going to come out, he's going to work hard, he's going to lead the way. We just got to follow suit and do our job.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Well handled, Kels. No part of tonight was predictable, that was for sure. 103-102, Southeast get it done. We will break it all down on the other side of this. What a game we had Thursday night hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. There were twists and turns, fireworks aplenty. It was a 103-102 result that went the way of the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They jumped back up to second on the table after that. Pretty shooting numbers throughout, Pete Hawley. That was all kinds of fun.
It sure was. And again, I just thought the Phoenix might have more in their defensive repertoire to come up with stops when it mattered most. But Tassie, their never say die attitude was right there. And I'd still just love to see what happened if Bryce Hamilton had that last shot, because he was terrific.
Yeah, he was. He was absolutely outstanding the whole game. Oh, gee, it offered plenty tonight. Not exactly what we expected coming in, given the history in this venue. And it does set up a fascinating Mitsubishi Motors ladder as well. And a first v second throwdown on Saturday night. So the Jacks 5 and 6, they've got a home game against Brisbane still to come. And the Phoenix get to 7 and 2 on the season.
It's going to be fascinating. I cannot wait for that throwdown. So much on the line because of where Melbourne United's at, the Phoenix, all the talk that's off the court, all the narratives, all the storylines. That's going to be so fun.
And it's got that little brother, big brother combination about it as well. So tomorrow, the Taipans and the Hawks, JaVale McGee in red-hot form for the Illawarra Hawks. Jackie's Bullets early game Saturday, Phoenix United, and then we get to Sunday, Pete, with the 36ers and the Wildcats before the Kings and the Breakers.
Oh, that's going to be so much fun, the NBL. I feel like we're back. I feel like we're fully back now in NBL26.
Yeah, it is such a good time as we go through round 8. So that is what is still to come. We've been treated to a couple of very, very good games this evening. The Sixers getting it done over the Breakers. The Phoenix over the JackJumpers. What fun we had in Launceston tonight. 103-102 Phoenix. Thanks to all of our crew. Big hand to Leighton and Mick, who stepped up big time this evening behind the scenes. We'll see you tomorrow in the Hungry Jacks NBL.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
I can't remember what the name was. It's a